Hello, I'm Patrick with Lone Wolf Software, and this is a quick tutorial for ContactWolf, our contact management software. And today I'm going to show you quickly how to set this up for network configuration. Now, ContactWolf can be set up easily so that the database is shared between different computers on a network. And you can do it from any of the computers that are connected. Some people will have a server. Today I'm going to show you how to move the database to an external drive, set that folder to be shared on the network, and then go ahead and configure it to access the database on that external drive. So this is ContactWolf right now on the screen, and it's actually accessing a database that's on the C drive, and I can show you that by if you click on the menu option File, change database location, and you'll see here it tells you the database name and the current location of the database that's being accessed, and currently it's on the C drive. So we're just going to close this because we're not going to change it now. So one way to do this is to just move the database to some other computer that's on the network, or maybe a server location. In this case, we'll do it on an external drive. So if you open File Explorer, and you can do that on a Windows 10 computer simply by clicking on the Start button and selecting File Explorer. Windows 7, 8, I believe you have to go to the Accessories menu or folder, and then find Windows or File Explorer. In this case, I already have it set up here. So this is what File Explorer looks like. Now this is the F drive, which is an external drive. So if you just right click, so you can, let me just show you how you can move around. So you can go to your PC. In this case, this My Book drive is the F drive or external drive. I just double click on it to open up the F drive. We're going to create a folder, so simply right click, select New Folder, and then we'll just name the folder ContactWolf Database. And you can see this folder here is now ContactWolf Database. So we want this folder to be shared on the network. Otherwise, other users might not have access to the database that we're going to move here. So simply right click on the folder, select Properties, go to the Sharing tab, click on the Share button. Let me move this up here. And right now we have it set so that everyone will be able to read and write, and Lone Wolf, of course, is the owner. I'm the owner. So it's simply as simple as clicking the Share button, and it's now shared on the network. Click Done, and now you have a folder that you've created on an external drive that's shared on the network. What we're going to do now is move the database from ContactWolf into this folder on the external drive, and then set it up so that all users have access to this database on this drive. So if we go back to ContactWolf right now, if we go ahead and, so whenever ContactWolf is installed on a computer, it always installs the software on that particular computer under the user login that person, the account that they're using. So whatever account you've logged into, that's your account. That's where the software is being installed to, and the database is installed under that account by default. So for example, if you install ContactWolf on 5 different computers on your network, initially you're going to have 5 different databases, each database on each individual computer being accessed from that particular account. And in the case of sharing, of course, you don't want that. You want everybody sharing the same database. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and click File again, change database location, and again it shows you where it's currently being accessed on the C drive in this path, this folder path right here. So it's asking you, would you like to change the folder location for the database? So click Yes, and this gives you an option to browse for the folder where you want the database to be copied to and then accessed in that location. So if you just scroll down, we can see the F drive where we just a few minutes ago created a new folder, the ContactWolf Database folder. So just double click on that folder to open it up. We're now looking at the external drive, the F drive. Find the folder that you created. It was called ContactWolf Database. There it is. Just select it by clicking once on it. Click OK, and now it's asking you, it says the folder path. It's showing you the folder path that you just selected, and it tells you the database path right here. That's also explicitly stated, and then it just asks you to confirm database location change. So click Yes. Then you see a message that says the database file does not currently exist in that destination folder. Would you like to copy the database file from the current location into the destination folder location? In this case, we just created an empty folder. So we want the database from this computer to go ahead and be copied into that folder, and then it'll automatically configure the computer that we're on right now from this account. It'll configure it to access the database in that location. So go ahead and click yes, and you can see a confirmation screen that tells you where the new database location is, and it's F, which is the external drive. Contact Wolf Database is the folder, and there is the name of the database file, and says please close Contact Wolf and restart it. So we don't really need to do that. But now if we go back again to the file, change database location, you'll see now, again, you can see the confirmation. The current location is now in the F drive, which is the external drive, Contact Wolf Database folder that we created, and there is the file. So now this computer that I'm on right now from this account is now accessing the database on that external drive in that Contact Wolf Database folder that we created, and it copied the database from this computer into that folder when we went through this process. So now we have one computer that's accessing the database on the server, or in this case our external drive. And what you would do is just simply do the exact same process. Of course, you don't have to create the folder again, but what you would do is just go from computer to computer on your network and go through this process where you just click File, Change Database Location, that menu option. You're going to click Yes, and then go ahead and select that. We'll do it a second time here. Double click on the external drive, and then select that Contact Wolf Database folder. Click OK, and you'll see that it's asking you to confirm. Click Yes, and it tells you that the change was successful. Now, if you notice, this time when we went through the process, it did not say that or ask you about copying the database, because there's a database already there. It was copied. So when you go through this process on the other individual computers on your network, you won't see the message to copy the database because you've already done it the first time. So it'll never overwrite a database. Of course, that's a safety so that you don't just keep overwriting databases and you lose your initial data. So you'll only see that message to copy the database the first time. After that, when you go through your other computers to select that exact same folder location, you won't see that one message to copy the database again. And after you go through this process on all the different computers from the different accounts that are all connected on the network, all the computers will now be accessing the exact same database in the folder location that you selected, or that you have your database there that you want to be accessed from. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's very simple. The process where you select this file, change database location, actually changes something called a user DSN. Contact Wolf uses a relational database that has to be registered at each computer. The user DSN is actually what does that. And I can show you quickly. There is an option in Windows. It's a ODBC manager, and if you, let's see, the ODBC Data Source Administrator 32-bit. Now, even though you have a 64-bit computer, 32-bit databases are just fine, and they're also used extensively on 64-bit computers. It's completely backwards compatible, so there's no problem there. But you want to use the 32-bit ODBC manager if you ever try to configure the database, Contact Wolf database. In this case, the Contact Wolf database is CWDB240. You can click Configure, and you can actually change this location from this screen also. And you can also set some properties of sharing or read and write, access privileges, things like that. But I would recommend that you use the option in Contact Wolf to go ahead and change the database locations, and that will automatically, behind the scenes in the background, it'll reconfigure the user DSN for you, so you don't have to worry about this. Okay, well, that's all for today. I hope that was a helpful video, and you'll look for more videos in the future. Thank you.